All right, boys and girls, this time we're taking math to the next level. We have done multiplying by one-digit numbers. We've done multiplying by two-digit numbers. Now, this is taking it beyond fifth grade. You do not need to know this as a fifth grader, but I thought for those of you that are already really grasping one- and two-digit multiplication, it's about time we stretch your thinking just a little bit. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to focus on multiplying by a three-digit number. So it would be a problem like this, something like 783 times 259. Again, we've been multiplying by two-digit numbers. Let's take it to the next level. So let's see here. I'm going to need to extend this page because it is going to take a little bit of space. So everything we've learned so far is exactly the same. We are going to go ahead and we are going to play Monopoly. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to play Sorry. And then we're going to actually clean up that mess and we're going to go ahead and play the game of life. So let's start by playing Monopoly. We're going to do 9 times 3 is 27. Carry the 2. I'm going to go really quickly here. 9 times 8 is 72. Plus 2 is 74. Carry the 7 directly next door. And then, of course, 9 times 7 is 63. Plus 7 more is 70. So that is our answer to 783 times 9. Played Monopoly. But now we need to go ahead and we are going to cleanse the problem. We're going to get rid of our Monopoly game and all of its pieces. And we're going to go ahead and get ready to play Sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a different color here. And I didn't do it with the right color. I'm so sorry, guys. Part of getting ready to play Sorry is we're going to be moving to the tens place digit. Since this 5 actually represents 50, we're going to go ahead and take that 0 and drop it here. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab a different color. And I'm going to go ahead and do 783 times 5. So here we go. 5 times 3 is 15. Carry the 1 directly next door. Don't forget about that tens space here. Now I'm going to do 5 times 8, which is 40, plus 1 is 41. Put the 1 down, carry the 4. And last but not least, the 5 is going to go after the 7. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 4 is Thor. Stuck in my Viking lesson. Plus 4 is 39. So this second line here is the answer to 783 times 50. So far I've figured out what 59 would be, but I have 259. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my cleansing color again. I'm done with the Sorry game. I'm done with all the Sorry pieces. And now I have to get ready to go and work with the 2. But this 2 is not worth 2. This 2 is actually in the hundreds place, so it's worth 200. So what I'm actually going to do now is I actually need to put down both zeros. One in the ones place and one in the tens place, so that my answer with the 2 begins in the hundreds place, since it's worth 200. So I'm going to go ahead and grab another color here. I don't have many colors to choose from. I think I'll go back to red. So now I'm dealing with 283 times 2. We're going to start way back at the beginning. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1 next door. You can see why we don't want to keep all those same pieces there. And finally, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. So I'm now ready to take all 3 of those pieces, and I'm going to go ahead and add them together. I lined things up, so that's 7. 4 plus 5 is 9. 0 plus 1 plus 6 is 7. I know 7 plus 9 is 16, plus 6 is 22. I'll carry my 2 next door. And 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 5 is 10. Carry my 1 next door, and we get a 2 here. And we get this crazy big answer of 202,797, which seems really big, except we're dealing with big numbers. 783 is close to 800, and 259 is close to 300. And when I estimate, obviously I have some bigger numbers here. So I have 8 times 3 is 24, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros all together. And you can see that my estimate of 240,000 is really not that far from 202,000. I didn't make some drastically humongous mistake. So I'm going to work with this one much, much faster. I am not going to color code. You guys have seen that enough. So here we go. 3 times 4 is 12. Going to carry the 1 next door. And heading over here, 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And last but not least, 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to go ahead and cleanse that part of the problem. We're going to move over to the 5. So I need to put the 0 to fill in because that 5 is really worth 50. Now I'm going to go over here. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 2 directly next door. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. And last but not least, 5 times 3 is 15. Now we've been used to stopping there, but now we're going to go ahead and cleanse. We're done with that digit and all of its pieces. And now we're going to move over to the 2. Because that 2 is in the hundreds place, it's really worth 200. So I'm going to need to put 2 zeros here. Now remember, this 0 looks like it's there, but that's there from the 5 times 4, which was 20. These 2 zeros come from the fact that that 2 that we're moving to over here is really worth 200. So now we're going to go back here. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. And 2 times 3 is 6. Every digit is lined up brilliantly. And now I'm going to add them all up. We got 2 in that column. We have 4 in this column. 9 plus 7 is 16. Plus 8 is 24. Carry my 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. 1 plus 6 is 7. And we get 79,442. Let's just make sure that this is reasonable. That's about 300. That's also actually about 300. And when I do a little bit of box and dot, 3 times 3 is 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. I get about 90,000. 90,000 is not terribly far from 79,000. So for those of you that were ready for that, hopefully that makes sense. If not, watch it again or ask for help. Great job.